guys how you can calculate the heat load. So here I have drawing open. In this video I will tell you how you can calculate heat load for master bedroom. In the same way you can calculate heat load for store, living room and kitchen area. So before starting the heat load you must know the local codes followed by that region. For example, I'm going to work in UAE, so I must know the U values and the local codes followed by that region. So as you can see that the window schedule is also there, that is window 1, it's over here, window 1 and window 1, and you have window 2 schedule used over here, here and here, window 2. So and the U values are also given over here. U value for the wall is 0.05, for roof is 0.045, for floor is 0.1, for glass 0.30, and shading coefficient for the glass is 0.29, and the U value for the partition wall is 0.5, and the average ceiling height in this area is 12.5 feet. So let me show you the U value which you're going to use in UAE Dubai. So open this Chrome factor and move down over here. As you can see, for the warehouse structure non-conditioned space, external wall U value is this and roof is this. For conditioned space U value is this, roof this and floor this. And for the office structure and residential area, what is the external wall U value? That is 0.05, and for the roof 0.045, and for the floor 0.1, and for the glass penetration U value is 0.30, and the shading coefficient maximum is 0.29. As you can see, this is the same values which I am using right now, because the area or the region in which I am working right now, it's Dubai. So these are the local codes which I need to follow in order to calculate the heat load for the particular area. So let's start this heat load calculation for the master bedroom in the HAP software. So let me open this app for you. So new installation standard 2010, energy 2010. Okay. So first of all we have to give some inputs. We have to give wall U values, roof U values and window U values. So let's go to wall U values. Default wall. Here in HAP you will not find, you cannot give direct U values for the wall. So in order to give the U value for the wall, as you can see over here, is that is 0.05. I need to give over here. So let me make this 0.05 by selecting different layers. So if I will go over here, default wall assembly, and let me select face brick of 14, board insulation plus 8-inch high weight concrete block. Okay, now if you will play with these layers, as you can see U value is 0.056, so I'm near to 0.05. So let me change this layers in order to make it 0.05. So if I will move it, okay, now 0.053 were more nearer. So let me move this one also 8-inch. 8-inch lightweight concrete 0.051, okay. R14 board insulation, okay, and 4-inch face brick will change this to common brick. As you can see, overall U value is 0.05. So this value we can use to calculate the heat load. So we just select OK over here, and then now we'll move to roof. Same thing we'll do over here. As you cannot, what is the U value over here for the roof? That is 0.045. So we have to make this value as 0.045. Let me change this one to fall shingle plus plywood R22 that. Okay, as you can see 0.040, we have to make it 0.045. So 3 by 8 plywood, if I will select 3 by 8 inch plywood. Okay, then R19, that insulation is very near to 0.045. Then airspace, then half inch plywood or half inch, with some plaster 0.045. So we got our value 0.045. So we can use this U value of the roof in our heat load calculation. Select OK. Now go to window, new window, give it a name like window 1, and give it height and the width. As if we move to our drawing, and from the window schedule 5 feet by 3 feet. 5 feet is the height, 3 feet is the width, so we can use over here 5 by 3. As you can see here, we have window 1 in the master bedroom, both sides, window 1, window 1. So we have to use this dimension of the window, that is 5 feet by 3 feet. 5 feet is the height and 3 feet is the width. It's already there, no need to change. And over here you will find U value for the glass is 0.30 and shading coefficient for the glass is 0.29. We can use these values, 0.30 U value and 0.29 shading coefficient. So select OK. Then we have to move to the space, default new space, but before that we have to select this region in which we are working right now. This is very important. So just select this one and change the region which you are working right now. For example, the region which I am working right now, it's Middle East, and the location it's United Arab Emirates, and city is Dubai. So all of the values are here, latitude, longitude, elevation, summer travel, and daily range, everything is there. And just select OK, and then move to spaces. From the space, select default new space. What is the name of that area? You can give over here. It's a master bedroom. What is the floor area? As you can see over here, it's 18 by 20 feet. So how much is the area? 18 by 20. You will get 360 square feet area. 360 square feet area. And average ceiling height, as I already told you, 12.5 feet. And building weight is medium, and medium weight is 80 lb per square feet. What is the usage of that space? This is for ventilation purpose. So if I'll move down, I need to select this bedroom. You can see hotel bedroom and living room. You can select this one. So CFM per person is 5 and CFM per square feet is 0.06. Then move to next tab, internal. Here you find light fixtures, that is recessed, unvented. As per general rule, if you don't have any data from electrical first it's better you will get data from electrical engineer, so you can use that wattage over here. If you don't know, then you can use by default 1 watt per square feet. This is a general rule. Over blast multiplier you have to use, that is 1.07. And then you have to give a schedule over here. Just give it a name, that is light. Select OK. Then move down, task lightning, no need. Then electrical equipment. If you can get this electrical equipment bought from the electrical data, that's better. If not, then you have to use your general rule or predefined rule, that is 8 watt per square feet needed if you don't know. So let me use, it's a bedroom, it's not too much, so we can use 200 watts. That would be enough for the bedroom. It's okay. So how many people occupied in this room? 2 people. So we can give over here. It's activity level is seated at rest, and then over here you also give schedule, that is like So here also you have to give a schedule name of electrical equipment, for example it's this one. So occupancy of the people, there's 2 people in the bedroom. Okay, what's the activity level? They are seated at rest. Okay, then same way you have to select a schedule for this one, people. Okay, then move to walls, windows and doors. If we will move back to our drawing area, you will see this wall. We should know the orientation of the building. So this wall that is facing north side, and this wall that is facing west side, and this wall, what's the dimension? It's 18 foot. So, and we know the ceiling height is 12.5. So what's the gross wall area? Is 225 feet square feet. And how many windows over here? Only one window, that is window 1. So 225 square feet is the wall gross area facing north side. So move back to half north exposure, and 225 is the wall gross area, and window quantity is window 1 quantity is 1. And if you will move back over there, and you will see another wall that is exposed to sun, and its dimension is 20 feet is the length. So 20 feet multiplied 12.5 is the ceiling height. We got 250 square feet is the gross area of that wall, and it's facing west side. You see over here, west side, and only one window over here. So move back to half, give this as a west side exposure, and 250 square feet is the gross area, and window quantity in window 1 is 1. Window 1 is already selected here. So go back to roof, its exposure is horizontal, and gross area is the same as the floor area. Then infiltration, no need for this one. Residential, okay. And go to floor. If you will go to floor, as you, there are 4 types over there: floor above condition, unconditioned, slab floor on grade, slab floor field grade. In this example we have this on the ground floor, so we have this floor above unconditioned space. If it's on the first floor, our ground floor is conditioned, then we have to select this floor above conditioned space. As we are on the ground floor and it's a floor above unconditioned, so we have to select this one. Floor area is the same. U value we already see over here, that's floor U value is 0.1. it's already there. So unconditioned space maximum temperature, ambient at space maximum. As you know, ambient at space maximum, we are working in Dubai, so ambient at Dubai is 107, and this unconditioned space maximum will be 5 degree less than ambient space. So 107 minus 1 minus 5 degree, you will get 102. And the unconditioned space minimum is 53.6 here in Dubai, so 53.6 same. So now move back to our partition. So we have wall partition over here. Let me see. Yes, we have wall partition over here. As you can see, master bedroom is our conditioned space. This master bath is a non-conditioned space. So whenever you have a conditioned space and non-conditioned space adjacent together, that wall will be your partition wall. So this is your partition wall, and what's the length of that partition wall is, that is 12 feet, 6 feet wide and 12 feet is the length. So 12 feet is the length of that wall, multiply ceiling height is 12.5. So 12 multiply 12.5 ceiling height, we got 150 square feet is the gross wall area. So go over here, select wall partition, 150 square feet. U value for the partition we already know that it's 0.5 value, 0.5 U. Okay, we select over here, and same ambient and space maximum is 107 in Dubai, and this will be 5 degree less than the ambient, that is 502.0, and this is 53.6 and 53.6. So everything is done, so just select OK, then move to system, then go to over here, new default system. So give this system your name. This is master bedroom AC1. Okay, equipment type, or if we're going to use split air handling unit over here, okay, split air handling unit. And system air type, it's a single zone, so we have constant air volume single zone. Then move to ventilation. Everything's just as selected. Constant airflow and ventilation sizing method is sum of space outdoor airflows, and unoccupied damper position is closed. Okay, then move to central cooling. Supply temperature want 55 degrees, and bypass factor normally we're getting from supplier, and it's normally 0.12, so we just select 0.12. And if we move back to heating, we don't need heating in this one, so we just uncheck it, and we move to duct system. Okay, then move to zone components. Zone components, you just need to select this space and then add into your zone like this. Then move back to your thermostats. It's okay, everything, yeah, throttling right. Move to supply terminals. Okay, and go to your sizing data. One thing more over here in system, zone components, thermostats, you have to give a schedule name over here for thermostat, like any name, whatever you want, you can give it thermostat. Okay, then go to sizing data. Sizing data, you will find cooling. We have to give some safety factor over here. For sensible we will give 15%, and for latent we will give 5%. The reason why I'm giving 15% for sensible is 10% due to the motor heat of that equipment, and 5% due to the safety for sensible, and 5% here for the latent is the safety factor we need to add over here. So just select OK over here. Now if I will go over here, master bedroom, right click and print view design result, it will give me the load calculations. So just click it, and whatever you want in your report you can add it. So what I need over here is psychometric system properties. Okay, system load calculations. Okay, let me select this one for you, and space load is also you want to select over here, or if you want hourly air system load you can get it over here from January to December. Same, you can get the graph over here, then select preview in order to get the result. So it will generate the report for you. Just wait a bit, it will generate the report. So as you can see, app has generated the report. As you can see, location is Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and floor area 360 square feet. The master bedroom, calculation from January to December. You can see total coil load is 0.9 tons, and sensible heat load is 10 mph, and coil CFM is 427. So we got everything over here. We got the CFM, we got tonnage, we got mph. So, and you can see that load occurs at July 15, so July 3 p.m. we got a maximum load. And over here you see relative humidity is 47%, and bypass factor we already gave. Coil ADP is 53.8 degree Fahrenheit. This is operator's dew point, and outdoor ventilation required for that room is 32 CFM. So this is how you can generate report in the app. Here you can see this is a design cooling, and all of the load is calculated over here for the windows, roof, wall, partition, ceiling separately, and then calculated over here total. So this is how you can calculate the heat load in the app software. In my next video I will tell you guys the same heat load calculation but by using E20 form, and then we will compare the result of E20 form and the app. If you saw the last video in which I have told you guys how you can calculate the heat load using HAP software, in this video I will tell you guys how you can calculate heat load using E20 form. So let's start. Here I have opened this E20 heat load sheet. Here I have to give inputs so that it will automatically give me heat load. So let's start filling up. start from here. This floor is ground floor, space reference, whatever the name you want to give. Over here, if you will see, we have calculated for master bedroom. So whatever the name you want to give, you can give over here. So master bedroom, so you can change it to master bedroom. Okay, then move down, you have area in a square feet. So if we go over there and see what's the area, it is 18 by 20, that is 360 square feet. And ceiling height, we know that it's 12.5 feet. So it will give us the volume, because this formula is applied over here, give us the volume. So now we have to give the inputs for thermal conditions of that area. Design condition, we know that in Dubai, if we move back to our HAP software and go to weather properties, we see that Middle East, UAE and Dubai, the city, we see that DB dry bulb, summer dry bulb is 107 and wet bulb is 75. So we can use over here. Outside dry bulb is 107 and wet bulb is 75. Now we have to use psychrometric chart to find this relative humidity and humidity ratio. So I have a psychrometric chart over here. I will tell you how you can use psychrometric chart. So on x-axis I have dBT, that is dry bulb temperature. On the y-axis I have humidity ratio, that is grains moisture per pounds of dry air. And here you can see this is vertical, these lines are for wet bulbs, and the one in the curve lines, that is for relative humidity, as you can see here. So what are our input? We know that dBT, dry bulb temperature, ambient outside temperature for Dubai is 107. So on x-axis we will see and go over here, that is 105 and 110. So 107 will be here. So if we move up like this and go up to wet bulb, as I told you, these are the wet bulb temperature lines. So I need to go from here, dry bulb 107 up to 75 wet bulb. This line is touching over here, it's intersecting over here. So as you can see, what is the humidity ratio over here? It is 80. The humidity ratio over here is 80, as you can see here. This is the humidity ratio 80. So I can use this humidity ratio as 80. And relative humidity I also need to check from the chart. So move back to psychrometric chart. What is the relative humidity? As I told you, these curved lines are for relative humidity over here. So if I will move, this is the point, a section point. 1 second, 107, move up. So this is the intersection point. At that side I got relative humidity, this is nearer to 25. So this is before 25, so we can use 24% like this, 23 or 24% relative humidity. So we can use 24 over here. Now we know that indoor design temperature is 75 degree for human comfort, and relative humidity is about 50 to 60% for human comfort. So we are using 50 over here. Now we have to give input, this output, wet bulb and humidity ratio over there to fill this thermal condition. Okay, move back to psychrometric chart. We know that 75 is the dry bulb and 50% is the relative humidity. These are the relative humidity lines. So you can see this point. These are the relative humidity, 50%. This is the point intersecting over here. So at this point, what is my humidity ratio? If I move over here, I got a humidity ratio is in between 60 and 70, but it's very close to 70. So I can take around 68 like this. Okay, let's take 68. From humidity ratio 68. And wet bulb, similarly we can check from here. These are the wet bulb lines. This is in between 60 and 65. So we can say this is 60 and 65 is in between them, so we can take 63 like this as a wet bulb. Okay, let's take 63. So we have filled this thermal conditions for that area. and we got a difference. Dry bulb like this, and wet bulb 12, relativity 26, and unity ratio 12. So bypass factor, as I told you, it is coming from the supply. Normally it is 0.12, so we are using same 0.12, and this contact factor should be 1 minus bypass factor, so it will automatically come if you will fill the bypass factor over here. No, now as I told you, here we have to give number of people for the bedroom. We assume 2 number of people for the bedroom. And how much is the CFM per person? If we go back to our app software and open the space master bedroom and go to this ventilation requirement, what is the CFM per person? 5, and CFM per square feet, that is 0.06, so we can use these values. So number of people we already gave it, and CFM per person is 5, and CFM per square feet we know that 0.06 is from the app software. So okay, up till now we are done. So infiltration, there is no infiltration because the construction we considered over here is very tight construction, so no air will come in like this. So it's a tight construction, doors are properly sealed, windows properly sealed, so there is no infiltration load. So if I will move back over here, this is my first I will fill here for the glass. If we move back to my drawing, how many glass we have here? One here window, one here window, and what is in the schedule? For see, this window 1 is 5 cross 3, 15 square feet. So how much is the total window area for this bedroom? Is 15 for each window. We have 2 windows, so 15 cross 2, we got 30 square feet. So we can use 30 square feet over here for windows, and this is the transmission load for the windows glass. 30 square feet is the total area, and I told you for glass transmission will be outside ambient temperature, that is 107, that's dBT outside, minus inside design temperature is 75, minus it will be 5 degree less than the outside, so we can use 27 degree over here for floor and for partition. But for glass we have to say 107 outside dBT minus 75 inside design temperature is 32. It's a glass transmission load, we have to use 32 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, and glass U value, as we already know that glass U value, that is 0.30, so we can use 0.30 over here. Okay, now for the partition and for the floor area is same as the area we already described over here, that is 360 square feet. And I told you for floor delta T, that is outside ambient minus inside design minus 5 degree, so 27 it will come over here. And floor U value, will go over here and check what is the floor value, that is 0.1. 0.1 is the floor value, so we can use 0.1 U value for the floor. And for the partition, if we will go back to our partition, okay, so moving back to the partition area, this is our partition wall, and length of this wall is 12 feet. So 12 feet multiply ceiling height is 12.5, we got 150 square feet is the partition wall area, so we can use 150 square feet partition wall area over here. Okay, and partition wall U value we can see over here, that is 0.5, so we can use 0.5 U value for partition. And so it's done. For the roof, that is same area as the floor area, 360 square feet. And delta T, I will tell you. First we will add the U value for the roof from here. What is the U value for the roof? 0.045, so we can use this U value for the roof 0.045 directly, 0.045. Okay, now here this is a transmission load through walls and the roof. So now we have to write delta T for the roof. In order to write delta T for the roof, that is we have to add some correction factor in this one. So I will tell you how you can do that delta T by using different chart. So let me open this first for you. Okay, here it's for roof. Okay, as you can see that our roof is exposed to sun, and I told you the building weight is average medium weight, that is 80 lb per square feet. So this one we have to use, and we know the peak time for the design is 3 p.m. So 3 p.m. is the peak time for the design, and 80 lb per square feet is the building weight. So over here we will go and it will intersect over here, and we got a value of 28. So 28 we have to use over here, plus, now remember this figure 28, plus we have to add some correction factor due to the material specification. So we'll add 28 plus some correction. So for the correction, what we have to do is another chart over here, correction to the equivalent temperature in degree Fahrenheit. We know that outside design for the month at 3 p.m. minus room temperature. Outside design dry bulb is 107, and we know that inside design temperature is 75. After subtracting, we got 32 degree Fahrenheit, and we know that daily range for Dubai is 17.5. If I'll go back over here and show you the weather properties, summer daily range is 17.5, that is around 18. Okay, so we can use daily range of 18 because 17.5 is very close to 18. We'll use over here, and here we got outside 107 minus inside 75, 32. So 30 and 35 will move to 35, and 18 we got 21 over here. So this figure should be added into the figure 28 which I calculated before. So what is the delta T value? We got 28 plus 21. Total delta T value is 49. We have to use over here. So move back to our E20 form, and we will use delta T value of 49. So we use 49 delta T over here. Okay, now we know that the wall that is exposed, some walls are exposed to sun, and these walls are north side exposed and this side is west side exposed. So north side exposed, we know that how much is the area, 18 feet is the length, multiplied 12.5 is the ceiling height, 225, and we know that west wall, that is 20 multiplied 12.5, 250 square feet. Move back to E20 form. So north wall got 225 square feet and the west wall got 250 square feet, and we know that U values for wall, that is 0.05. just double check again, U value for the wall, that is 0.05. okay, use that one over here, 0.05, same over here, 0.05. now we have to use delta T values. In the same way we have calculated for the roof delta T, we will calculate delta T values for the wall. So if I move back to other chart, there it is. This is equivalent temperature difference. As we know that wall average weight is 80 lb per square feet, and peak time is 3 p.m. So one of the wall is facing north side. If I move to north side, like this is the north side, and we know that building weight is 80 lb per square feet. So 60 and 100, it will be in between them, and we know that 3 p.m. is the peak time for the design. So this is the 3 p.m. as you can see over here, 3, and move over here in between 60 and 100. 60 and 100 got 8 and 3. My value should be in between them, that is 60 and 100, 80 should be in between them, is the average of 2. So what I will do, I will add 8 plus 3 divided by 2. I will get the value for 80 lb per square feet. So 8 plus 3 divided by 2, I got 5.5. So after, remember this figure 5.5. In this figure I will add the correction temperature, and this correction temperature is same as we calculated before. Let's move back to the other again. I will show you once again. Here is the correction. It is same because outside temperature is 107, inside is 75. So we got 32 over here, and daily range I told you that is 18. So 21 need to be added into 5.5 plus 21 is the correction for material specification. So we got 26.5 degrees Fahrenheit delta T. So move back to our E20 form. For the north side we got 26.5 delta T. As you can see, load is calculated to 98. Okay, now move back to our, and one of the wall is facing west side. As you can see, north side is done and another wall is facing west side, so we have to check for the west side also. West side. Okay, here is the west, and we know that the building weight is 80, average building weight is 80 lb per square feet. It should be in between them. So if we move over there, and 3 p.m. is the peak time, for 3 p.m. peak time we'll move up and west side 60 and 100, 80 in between them. So we'll take a mean value for this one, that is 19 plus 10. 19 plus 10 divided by 2, mean value is 14.5, plus we will add the same correction factor, that is 21 we use for the north wall and the roof. So we got 35.5 delta T for the west wall. So we'll use 35.5 for the west wall. Okay, 35.5 for the west wall. Now load is calculated over here. Now let's move to radiation load for the glass. We know that total glass, okay, north facing glass, one window is facing north, one window is facing west. This facing north, this facing west. And how much is the area? Window 1, 15 square feet. We can do 15 square feet or E20 form. So north facing 15 square feet and west facing 15 square feet. And we know that delta T for the glass 0.30, yeah, 0.30. We can use this one over here. Delta T is 0.30. Same we can use delta T 0.30 over here. So now we have to check delta T for the glass. Before checking delta T for the glass, let us check one more thing in the weather properties. 30 degree north latitude. Okay. As we know that in Dubai, this latitude is 30 degree north latitude. So if we move back to our chart over here, yeah, this one, this is for 30 degree north latitude. This is a solar heat gain through ordinary glass. So as we know that the maximum load is occurring during July and the May. So we'll select this one, 21st May to 23rd July, and we know that the peak time is 3 p.m. So, and we know that one of the glass is facing north and one is facing west. So at 3 p.m. north, how much we got over here at 3 p.m.? That is 13. So for the north side we have to use 13 value, and for the west side we have to use at 3 p.m. that is 145. So north side 13 and west side 145. Here the delta T values. North side 13 and west side 145. So here is the load calculated for the north side and for the west side. So all of the inputs are done, almost. Some of the inputs remaining that are over here. As we know that if we'll go back to our app software and open the space and go to internal, we know that sensible heat per person is 230 and latent is 120 for the people seated at rest. So we can use 230 and 120. 230 and 120. Okay, this is the sensible, that is 230, and number of people we know that 2, and lightning As I told you, general rule is 1 watt per square feet, and we know that the total square feet is 360. And for the equipment, we have assumed that 200 watts. Only one equipment is there, so we can add one equipment over here. And 2 people and the latent we already checked from the app, that is 130. Latent from the app is 120 we can use over here. 120 with use of a square feet. Okay, now everything is done. Infiltration, I told you there's a tight construction of this building, so there's no infiltration, no outside air will come inside. Okay, it's done. Okay, now what we have to do next is one more thing. As we have seen that effective room sensible heat factor is 0.97. Move back to one more chart. So here, okay, we know that dBT inside design temperature is 75 and relative humidity is 50%. So this is dryable temperature 75 inside and design temperature 75, and this is relative humidity 50. And we know that this is effective sensible heat factor is 0.97. So if I'll go over here, 75 inside design temperature, 50 relative humidity, and 0.97 is the effective sensible heat factor. So our ADP will comes out to be in between them. So it will be around maybe 54 is here, 55.2 is here. So it will be around 54.7 like this, 54.7. So we can write 54.7 over here, or 54.6, 54.7, whatever. Okay, now if you see that this is the calculated CFM, that is 478 effective room sensible heat, and CFM is 478, and tonnage is 0.92 TR, and load is 11 MBH, and TSMBH is 10,198, and TS kilowatt is 2957. If we'll go back to our app and we'll compare the result, let me generate the report again and say preview for the report. Here how much we got, total tonnage is 0.9 ton. Here we got 0.92 ton. Say approx it's almost near. So if we move back to our app again, and how much is the coil load, that is 10.6 MBH over here, and how much is the coil load, is 11 MBH over here, TMBH is here. Okay, this is also near. And if we move back to here again and see the CFM, that is 427 CFM, and how much we got over here is 478 CFM. So it's not big difference for our calculation. So this is how you can calculate heat load by using E20 form, and for the app I already told you in my previous video. So I hope you guys learned something from this video. Please like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks, bye bye.